Joke assassin, joke assassin, joke assassin, he's the joke assassin.
Joke assassin.
Joke assassin with James Hammond.
People of the internet, I'm stand-up comedian James Hammond, and this is Joke Assassin, the show where you send in topics and I assassinate them with jokes. The first topic I got was from a buddy on Facebook, a good friend actually I know from growing up, Brandon. He told me to rip on the Catholic Church. So without any further ado, it's now time to assassinate the Catholic Church. I think first and foremost, the Catholic Church needs to just shut the fuck up and stop bothering people. Honestly, what good have you done? What good do you do? You're supposed to represent good, and you end up doing more evil shit. Honestly, but people always say, "Oh, they help starving kids. They help starving kids." Really? Or do the pervy priests just want to get close to malnourished kids who have a harder time fighting them off? It's sick. Plus, why does the Pope have a scepter? The only people who have scepters are evil, right? Evil queens from Disney movies and the Pope. That's it. Those are the only people who buy scepters, really. It's ridiculous. Or is it just for, hitting kids on the head so they forget all the horrible things that just happened to them? Like, hey, come here, Johnny. Boom, nothing bad happened to you, okay? I don't promote mass shooting in any way whatsoever, all right? But if you are a mass shooter and you're watching this, and in your heart of hearts, you were born with just, in your heart to mass shoot places up, and you can't be talked out of it. You've gone to therapy, your parents say don't do it, but you're still like, I'm going to do it. Just use your mass shooting capabilities for good. Start it like the Vatican. Maybe go cardinal hunting. That's all I'm saying. I asked about 4 people what was the first thing that came to their mind when I said the word Catholic Church. Every single one of them said pedophile. That's insane, right? They're supposed to be good. They're supposed to represent... they've done so much evil stuff, they've actually pushed people away from religion. Right? And any good that spirituality might bring into their life. They're like, what? The Catholic Church represents spirit? No, I'm not God, all that. I'm not going to pay attention to any of that stuff because they're just horrific. I'm done. I'm out. Right? I'll just go and worship Satan or do something horrible like that. Right? Honestly, it's pushed more people away from God and doing good things. The Pope's just too busy to actually do any good himself. He's just a really busy guy. Like, the Gap is having a huge scepter sale. He has to hit that up. And Robes R Us finally opened up for curbside pickup. So he's going down there, checking out the sales, right? He can't stop starvation or famine. Honestly, the Pope, they say they want to help starving kids, right? But the Pope has so much gold at the Vatican, right? The Catholic Church has so much gold there. There's huge Roman numerals that surround the whole top of the Vatican. This pure gold. They could sell those, donate the money to charity, and probably stop starvation worldwide. But the Pope's like, no, I would do that, but I really just love looking at gold. It's one of my favorite things. Like, when I turn my head like this and I go look up, my favorite thing to see is golden Roman numerals. So I was like, I couldn't get rid of those. Those are awesome. And those kids are probably going to, die anyway. So the best thing we could do is just go there, send missionaries there to pray for them so at least they go to heaven, right? It's like, no, give them a sandwich, Pope. Sell your scepter, all right? And give the kids a sandwich, all right? Not a priest sandwich like you're probably thinking, you weirdo. Now, the cardinals, they're always dressed in red, right? And it's not because they're actually wearing robes that are red colored. It's just because they're always coming from weird human sacrifice ceremonies, right? Like, we don't got enough time to get the blood off ourselves. We'll just go to the meeting. And here, whenever a pope gets elected in, they send off black smoke into the air. Black smoke. When is black smoke ever a sign of anything good? Right? Like, there's a rubber fire. 9/11 had a lot of black smoke. Whenever you see smoke, you're supposed to call the fire department. Be like, something bad's happening somewhere. Get there quick. Right? But no, they're up there just letting off black smoke so the people across the world can be like, yay, there's a new horrible, evil pope. Now, that's the thing. If the Catholic churches came out and said, hey, look, guys, we're an evil institution. We do horrific things worldwide. We just go around the world doing evil stuff. I would respect them a bit more. I'm like, have some transparency with your evilness. But no, they're like, oh, we do good. We're doing good. I swear. We take 15% of your money all the time. That's good, right? That tithe, but you would have too much money if we didn't take that. You would be spending your money on drugs and alcohol. So it's great. We're really doing our part in the world by just taking people's money. We're amazing. It's so good. It's so good. The Pope is so hated, okay, that he has to travel around. At some points in history, popes have traveled around in cars that have bulletproof glass all around them, right? So they can't be assassinated. You know, Charles Manson, you know, that famous murderous guy, he didn't have to travel in a bulletproof thing. You know, Paul Bernardo, that Canadian serial killer guy, horrible dude, he doesn't have to travel in a thing when he's going to court, a glass bulletproof case, right? Like, the Pope, though, the person who's supposed to be, like, you know, the Word of God on earth, has to travel in a car that has bulletproof glass on it. Maybe just stop doing stuff that makes people want to assassinate you, Pope. Like, that's probably my advice to you, if you're watching this. Just stop doing things that make you so assassinatable, right? And what's the it seems like the only requirement for being a Pope is just looking evil. Like, they all look like Emperor Palpatine. If you go back and look at every Pope from the past 400 years, they just all look like Emperor Palpatine, you know? And it's like, can you laugh evilly? Like, they go to the job interview, all right, you want to be the Pope? Let's hear your laugh. It's like, it's like, all right, you're in. You're in, Pope. You're the next Pope. That was a great evil laugh. That's the only requirement. When you break down the word Catholic, it turns into cat-holic or cat-aholic. And what institution represents a cat more so than the Catholic Church? None, right? The Catholic Church takes 15% of your money in tithe. Cats take 15% of your money in litter, food, and treats, right? You know, when a cat's bad, it gets moved around from shelter to shelter, home to home, trying to find a place. When a priest does horrible stuff, it gets moved around place to place. They're trying to, you know, make people forget what happened. And also, the biggest similarity is that both a cat and the Pope would not hesitate to eat your face if you died around them, right? That's just... The Pope has no real friends, you can tell. Not a single one. Because no one's been like, hey, dude, you just kind of dress a little weird. That white robe's a little bit much. Like, he looks like some dude going to a Halloween party dressed as the leader of the KKK all the time. The Pope just walking around, hey, don't I look good? It's like, no. If he had any real friends, they'd be like, Pope, come on, buddy. Just try some jeans and a t-shirt. You know, get back in touch with the people. Some jogging pants once in a while. It's like, but the robes! What about the robes? It's like, you look stupid. Like, where in the Bible did it say, follow the guy with the dumb hat, robe, and scepter? Oh, wait, it doesn't. It doesn't say that in any book that I've read. You know, it doesn't go, oh, yeah, follow the guy with the evil laugh. He knows what's best. Follow him, right? Priest, or not priest, but this Catholic Church guy recently saying how much good they did for the indigenous people in Canada. Because there was all these mass graves they're finding at residential schools. R.I.P. It's horrible. And but good. This guy's like, oh yeah, we've done good. It's like, and that's how you know they're evil, because they're like, oh yeah, we've done good. We just, you know, we've mass graves. I mean, there's got to be good there. I mean, they could have. What if they kept on living and just were sad all the time? It wasn't that because their culture was destroyed. You know, isn't it better if they die? It's like, how are you going to find the good in that? You know, an evil institution will, right? And they probably will manage that. You know. And what's this whole baptism thing? Every church you go to, they drown you, right? As a kid, they go, all right, kid, it's your turn to be drowned and saved by the pastor, right? There's a little bit of mind control there, right? You'll just be like, oh, I love that pastor. He's great. He saved me from drowning. It's like, yeah, he also put you in the water, right? But I didn't remember that part. I just remember the part coming out. When I got baptized, I kicked my pastor in the face. This wasn't even at a Catholic church. My church was sweet. There was a lot of interesting people there. Pretty cool. It's beside a flea market. I got to go shop for antique swords and eat a lot of candy. Movie theater on the other side. 3-star cinema, you know, so I'd go see some movies. And there's a lot of decent people there. And, yeah. But my pastor, when he baptized me, I straight up threw a kick right to his face and his chin. Boom! He goes, oh! And I started shaking. I came out of the pool like, what up, you know? It was an intense scenario. I was like, you saw what he did? Anyway, yeah. What do you expect? You know, but yeah. Come on out to the baptizing. Everyone watches. It's crazy. You go to church, it's like, come on out for the baptism. What's that all about? Oh, we're just going to watch us pretend to drown children in rivers. It's like, oh, that's interesting. It's like, you got to pretend to drown the children. It's part of the ceremony. Anyway, they're a weird bunch. But anyway, much love to anyone out there. I hope you find something better to practice than Catholicism. Maybe even a different form of Christianity. Anything but Catholicism. Come on, like Protestant, Anglican, Lutheran. I don't know all of those ones, but you know, Jehovah. And here's the thing: the Catholic Church, they just sit there at the Vatican, like, yeah, we're the best, we're the biggest church. Come on, you love us. At least Jehovah Witnesses have the decency to go around door to door and try to get you to join. You know, I like that gusto. You know, it's like a politician who goes around, it's like, hey, vote for me when that time comes. The Catholics are just like, hey, look, we got robes, we got scepters, we got money. All right. What are you gonna do? We're the leaders of religion. They're just cocky. They're like they're like the LeBron Jameses of religion. They don't even care anymore. Like, I got all the rings I need. don't even have to try anymore. You know, people just follow us because we're a religion. Anyway, I think that's enough assassinating the Catholic Church for now. If you want a joke assassinated, send me an email, jameshammondcomedy@hotmail.com, or hit me up at jameshammondcomedy.com as well. Hip Hop on the Spot on YouTube, and Jimmy Hams on Twitter. Gotta remember all these. This has been Joke Assassin. I'm stand-up comedian James Hammond. Take care. Except the Pope. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. Nah, I mean, whatever. He's still, no, fuck that guy.
Joke assassin, joke assassin, joke assassin. He's the joke assassin.